Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Carrie Enright-Cato, Director of the Office of Climate Change, Technology and Research at Connecticut DEEP. Welcome to the Exploring Climate Change Solutions webinar series. This series is brought to you by the Governor's Council on Climate Change. On April 22nd, 2015, Governor Malloy issued an executive order creating the Governor's Council on Climate Change, also known as the GC3. The Council is charged with examining the efficacy of existing policies and regulations designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and identify new strategies to meet the state's greenhouse gas emissions reduction targets. The Council is composed of 15 members from state agencies, quasi-state agencies, businesses, and nonprofits. To learn more about the GC3, please go to www.ct.gov/DEEP/GC3. The webinar series explores innovative and successful climate change solutions in Connecticut and the nation. The series provides first-hand accounts of high-profile municipal climate programs, climate initiatives in the corporate world, new greenhouse gas reporting frameworks, statewide sustainability programs, low-carbon fuel initiatives, and other programs and projects that help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and improve climate resilience. Today, we're excited to have Eric Gribin, Director of the Energy Management Program at Tunxis Community College. Eric will be telling us about the Applied Associate Science degree in Energy Management and related courses and certificates offered at Tunxis. The Applied Associate of Science is the first degree program in Connecticut that focuses on reducing energy waste in commercial and industrial buildings. The presentation will be about 40 minutes long, and then we'll open it up for questions from the audience. If you have questions, please submit your questions in the dialog box, and we'll read it aloud for Eric to respond to. Before we get started, for those of you listening via your computer speakers, and if you're experiencing poor sound quality, I do encourage you to call in using your telephone for a clear audio. So with that, Eric, thank you so much for your willingness to present today. We're excited to learn more about the program, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to you to start.
Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with folks about our program. As Carrie mentioned, I'm Eric Gribin. I direct the Energy Management Program at Tunxis Community College, and thank you all for joining us today. The Applied Associate of Science degree in Energy Management is the first and only two-year degree in clean energy in Connecticut. Our courses provide students with the knowledge and skills they need to effectively measure, analyze, and reduce energy waste in big buildings. If you already have a college degree or you have college credits, you may be able to complete the degree in less than 2 years. Our courses are available individually and as part of short-term stackable certificates for those people who want to focus on a particular area of energy management. Our energy students are recent high school graduates and other undergraduate students interested in technology, science, problem solving, and the environment. There are also adult students already in the energy workforce, either residential or commercial, who want to add to their knowledge and skills. And adult students who are changing careers, who are looking for an industry with a bright future. A number of industry workers have sought out our program as preparation for the Certified Energy Manager, or CEM exam, and I'll talk more about that later in the webinar. So, why, you may ask, energy management? Well, it's a good question. We waste a lot of energy in the United States. In fact, we're the #1 country for energy waste in the world. And now I'm going to throw some statistics at you. But of the 95 quadrillion British thermal units, known as quads, of raw energy inputs that flowed into the U.S. economy in 2012, this is 5-year-old data, but and many of you may know this diagram, only 37 quads were constructively used at the end of the day, as in energy services. The other 58.1 quads were, in essence, wasted. This waste, summarized at the top right of this diagram, is euphemistically classified as rejected energy. According to the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, the U.S. economy is less than 40% energy efficient, less than China, less than every other country on the planet. Note that only a third of electricity generation on this diagram is put to good use, as most of us know. 2/3 of the energy created through the generation of traditional electricity is wasted. Buildings and homes consume almost half the energy produced in the country. So there's a huge opportunity for reducing energy waste and energy costs for businesses and homeowners while creating sustainable jobs and higher performing, safer, and healthier buildings. Buildings and homes consume almost 75% of all the electricity produced in the U.S. Most of this is for lighting, air conditioning, and ventilation. By reducing electricity demand in buildings, we reduce costs and the amount of electricity needed from inefficient electric power generation and distribution. According to the U.S. EPA, there are 5.6 million commercial buildings in the U.S. and about 346,000 industrial facilities. 30% of the energy consumed in these buildings is being wasted. The combined percentage of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions generated by commercial buildings and industrial facilities is 45% of the total, almost half. So more and more businesses, building owners, and industry are realizing the great value of executing an ongoing energy management program. Energy management translates into increased profits and productivity through energy saved and by creating healthier buildings in the process. Most organizations achieve an immediate annual energy savings of 5 to 15% when an aggressive energy management program is launched. An eventual savings of 30% is common, and savings of 50, 60, even 70% have been obtained. These savings all result from retrofit activities. Energy managers use various methods of analysis and technology to measure and improve energy waste in buildings. They have multiple skills in information and data gathering, analysis, communications, strategic planning, problem solving, project management, measurement and verification of data. They understand how buildings work and the various means to solve building energy problems. A recent front-page article in the Hartford Business Journal highlighting our program illustrates the interest the business community has in energy management. This article is available on our website, which I'll be bringing you to in a few minutes. Energy efficiency also helps reduce the demand for power plant energy, which helps reduce greenhouse gases. In Connecticut, our statewide energy efficiency efforts save, on average, the equivalent energy from a medium-sized power plant every year. Excuse me. We've kept our energy demand flat with energy efficiency, and we've avoided having to build new power plants. We've also put many more people to work. The Applied Associate of Science degree in Energy Management is a new program. It was accredited by the State of Connecticut Board of Regents last year, and it's the only two-year degree in clean energy technology in Connecticut. Tunxis Community College is located in Farmington, Connecticut, between Bristol and West Hartford. This is a focused career technical program that trains students with the knowledge and skills they need to effectively measure, analyze, and improve energy use in big buildings. Students need no prior experience to succeed in our program or in the industry. Students learn to apply basic physics and the latest analytical techniques to measure and evaluate energy use in commercial buildings, and recommend alternative solutions that result in greater energy efficiency and lower costs. The curriculum is focused on what energy analysts need to succeed in the industry. Now let me show you a 2-minute video about careers and training programs like ours in clean energy. This video is produced by the Best Center at Laney Community College in Oakland, California. So we'll go full screen, and I'm going to hold the phone up to the speakers so you can hear it.
In the U.S., buildings are responsible for nearly 41% of total energy usage, and commercial properties are responsible for half of that. Making buildings more efficient will have a significant impact by reducing energy use while creating more jobs and boosting our economy. Buildings are evolving to be more energy efficient. They are now using sensors, computers, solar panels, and materials that make them high-performing and smarter. These new technologies include advanced electronics, mechanical mechanical, and building automation systems which control, monitor, troubleshoot, and collect data to improve a building's performance.
The more sensors we have in a building to register the airflow and the temperatures, the more we can see how the building is performing. That all saves on resources, power, electricity, gas, and fuel. Building technicians help to ensure these technologies and systems work properly. Although automation might imply that technicians are needed less, this is hardly the case. With these changes come new, high-paying careers and plenty of jobs which can't be fit overseas. You might start making $40,000 to $50,000 a year, and with a few years of experience, you could easily earn over $100,000 per year. There's so much to learn in the field. You have to understand mechanical systems, electrical systems, computer programming, and control strategies to achieve energy efficiency. And just all of that stuff that I had to learn was just really interesting, and it was a challenge. And that's what really drew me, knowing that you really never get bored.
Being a controls technician, I'm out in the field, I'm solving problems, I'm writing programs, I'm meeting a different customer every single day. One thing that I could never complain about in my job is monotony.
Career options for building technicians include building automation systems, HVAC technology, building operations, energy management, building commissioning, renewable energy, energy auditing, and analysis. If you enjoy technology and want to make a good living while making a difference, then perhaps this is the path for you. Join this effort. Be the future. Be the best. For more information, visit bestctr.org or your local technical or community college.
Okay, so let's get back to our slides. So the Energy Management Program curriculum was adopted from a similar program. I believe it was the first in the nation at Lane Community College in Eugene, Oregon. And that program's been running successfully since 1980. Our local board of advisors, comprised of leaders in the energy efficiency sector, commercial energy efficiency sector, regularly reviews our program and makes recommendations. Recently, our board got together and recommended positive changes to our renewable energy course and recommended a new course called Industrial Energy Systems. This is going to be the first course of its kind at the Connecticut community colleges and perhaps in the state. Many of these same advisors and employer partners serve as our instructors. Currently, our 4 instructors have between them 120 years of industry experience. One of our instructors from Eversource even helped arrange for a first-year student to be hired during his first semester. The degree is called A.A.S, Applied Associate of Science, because all of our energy courses are applied. Students learn through experiential learning. And here's a list of courses by semester. This is an undergraduate program, so adults with college degrees or college credits will satisfy some of these course requirements. There are 20 courses in the degree, 7 general education, and 13 program core courses. General ed courses like English, math, technical writing, public speaking, and physics can be taken at any of the 12 community colleges in Connecticut and online in some cases. In our programs, students learn energy analysis from the ground up. Obviously, first with English and math. Only college algebra is required for this program. They learn advanced spreadsheet applications, blueprint reading, building systems of all types, technical writing, basically how to translate data into a narrative for clients, basic building science, physics, commercial HVAC systems, how they work and how to analyze them for energy efficiency and retrofitting. Energy efficiency methods is our course, focusing on the equations, units, and logic used to calculate energy solutions. Renewable energy for business, energy controls and strategies to improve efficiency in these systems, lighting, cost analysis of energy improvements, industrial energy systems, energy accounting and benchmarking, data logging, Other subjects include submetering, energy modeling, energy management systems, and ASHRAE level auditing. In their first semester, students earn, in their final semester, students earn 3 college credits working part-time for an energy company. The Connecticut Community Colleges have a placement test called AccuPlacer, which is accurate at placing students in the right math and English classes. If you have any questions about what classes you would need to qualify for the program or the degree, you should contact me after this webinar. The cost for the Connecticut Community Colleges is $569 per 3-credit course. There's a discount if you take 12 or more credits per semester. So for full-time students, this translates into about $2,138 per semester over 4 semesters. So roughly $8,500 plus books for full-time students. Part-time students pay slightly more per course. Financial aid is available, Pell Grants, and Tunxis has a foundation that provides grants for qualified students. I made a note to mention that starting salaries help justify costs, but you know, when you compare the cost of community college courses to other undergraduate options, the community colleges are quite an economical way to go. We've also taken courses out of the program to create stackable certificates. This is perfect for working energy pros who want to focus their program of study on a particular subject in a limited amount of time. Certificates can be earned in 2 to 3 semesters, and the certificates are linked to the degree, so students can earn the degree by completing the certificates. Courses, general ed courses that are not in the certificates are still required for the 2-year degree, however. So recently, the energy management degree was recognized by the Association of Energy Engineers as an approved training provider for their Certified Energy Manager, or CEM certification. We're one of only a few colleges nationwide that have this distinction. The CEM certification is recognized internationally as a level of achievement and knowledge in energy management. And this is great news for students who want the CEM. The 1-week-long review course offered by AEE is really meant for engineers and other industry professionals who are already conducting energy analysis work. Many people do not pass the test. Our curriculum has been mapped to the topics on the CEM exam and vetted by a review committee at AEE. And lastly, AEE is waiving the requirement for our students to take this required review course if they do not want to. We'll be running the test right here at Tunxis Community College, and the cost is under $500, I believe. Our program incorporates educational best practices. The Living Laboratories model promoted by the American Association of Community Colleges basically says to utilize the physical plant of colleges to provide instructors with operating systems and give students hands-on experience with actual functioning mechanical systems. We are using the Tunxis Community College campus as a living laboratory, and this is a triple win because students benefit from working with actual systems. The college wins because the reports that are generated by our students help facilities directors identify and justify their energy improvement projects. And the program wins because there is little capital outlay for laboratories. In the future, we may use other Connecticut Community College campuses, hopefully. Our program prepares students as energy analysts. These skills open up a wide range of job opportunities here in Connecticut, regionally, and nationally. As you saw from the video, starting salaries are in the range of $40,000 to $60,000 per year and up. Our employer partners include the major utilities in Connecticut, as well as international corporations like Siemens, Trane, and United Technologies. Graduates of our program will be employable in various types of jobs across many types of businesses, and you can see them listed here. What is not listed are companies and corporations who need in-house energy and sustainability managers. Yesterday, I got a call from a major Connecticut corporation with 3 million square feet of property that they manage, looking for a full-time energy manager, hoping that one of our graduates or students could help them out. We're very entrenched with the industry. We work very closely with them. This is a list of our program advisory board. It's a living, breathing list that we utilize the talents of many of these folks. Since 2014, we've had the input and support of dozens of industry professionals. These folks serve as our employer partners, guest speakers, and instructors. We've also tried to do our due diligence with market research on a local, regional, and national basis. You may be familiar with ONET. This is a Department of Labor database that's widely used that identifies occupational requirements and worker skills, as well as the outlook for jobs. And both energy auditors and energy engineers have a bright outlook. Another statistic is from the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. 2013 study concluded that national spending on utility-led energy efficiency programs is projected to double from 2010 to 2025, from $4 billion to $9.5 billion. In Connecticut, our utility-led energy efficiency program is called the Conservation and Load Management Plan. And in Connecticut, we are the beneficiaries of the first green bank in the nation. The state, our state is ranked 5th in the nation, tied with New York for energy efficiency. This article or press release, a little bit outdated now, it's 2015, but it gives you some idea of the impact that the Connecticut Green Bank is having on our clean energy economy. In its first quarter of 2015, it had allocated $65 million for 90 commercial building energy improvement projects and tripled the number of buildings affected from 20 in 2013 to over 60 in 2014. Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection also has a very aggressive program, the Lead by Example program, to reduce energy use in Connecticut state and local government buildings and operations. DEEP is making great strides at organizing and assembling important building data from all Connecticut state agencies and the 169 separate Connecticut towns across the state. The City of Bristol, Department of Corrections, that State Department of Corrections, and the Connecticut Valley Hospital are the first to utilize this Lead by Example program. And we see this as having great potential to positively affect the state and municipal buildings in the future and provide work and jobs to Connecticut's energy workforce. In New York City and in Boston and Cambridge, there are local laws now that require building owners to effectively measure their energy and water use and to perform retro-commissioning measures. Basically, they're looking to shift the building stock towards a much more efficient and high-performing group of buildings. And finally, most recently, in fact, 2016, the U.S. Department of Energy did a survey of 30,000 plus businesses to get a handle on the number of jobs that touch energy efficiency, that are affected by energy efficiency. And they found in Connecticut, they did a state-by-state study, and in Connecticut, that accounts for almost 34,000 jobs. The largest number of these employees work in high-efficiency HVAC and renewable heating and cooling firms, followed by traditional HVAC. In Connecticut, again, you could see 58% of all energy efficiency workers are in construction or related businesses, and 25% are in professional services. But most importantly, in Connecticut, in energy efficiency, employers reported that workers were either somewhat difficult or very difficult to find. So the Energy Management Program is a professional workforce training program for people with analytical minds. We're committed to state-of-the-art teaching and experiential learning. This summer, our adjuncts will participate in 2 separate professional development workshops for college educators. Our program was and is developed by industry for industry to enable curious students of any age to increase their knowledge and skills in energy so that there is a pipeline of well-trained energy-literate workers available. Registration for fall semester is open, and general education courses are available online and at any of the 12 community colleges this summer. For more information, please visit our website, tunxis.edu/energy, or contact me directly at Tunxis. And thank you again for joining me. And thank you, Carrie, again for this opportunity to talk about our program. So I guess now we take questions. Yes?
Yeah, good. Great. That was a really fabulous presentation with lots of really informative information. So folks, if you have questions, please start submitting them. We have a few here. I want to let folks know that Diane Duva, Director of Energy Demand, is in the room with me. So we have a couple questions to put forward to you, Eric.
Great.
So how are you working with the Connecticut Department of Labor, and what opportunities exist there?
Well, the Connecticut Department of Labor has an apprenticeship program that we're trying to get them to recognize the energy sector, and specifically the energy efficiency sector, as an important and viable industry in Connecticut to take advantage of apprenticeship dollars and the way they've got this program set up. Especially in the residential area, this is very applicable because the training is short-term, and one of our courses, Building Efficiency Auditing, actually prepares people for residential auditing, specifically the BPI certification. So we're hoping that we can make some strides with the DOL in the future, but right now they are earmarking these dollars toward other industries, so we're trying them. And we're working with DEEP and others in the energy efficiency sector in residential to try to influence them to make this change.
Great.
Eric, this is Diane Duva from the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. Thank you so much for sharing this really helpful information. I'm really pleased to see the work that has gone into the curriculum, and it's so well customized to ensuring that people are ready to jump right into jobs and start working with their employers. A question I had for clarification is if there was a mid-career person looking to go through this program, do they sit down, or could they sit down and customize if they've already had physics, for example, or do they start from scratch, or can they customize it a bit if they are able to transfer credits from another school or something like that? How does that work, or is it individualized?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. So, in fact, that is a big part of my job, to customize our program for each and every student. That's what these college advisors do. So if a student calls me, and for instance, I have a guy at ESPN who's interested in our program. He's got a college degree. He doesn't work in energy right now, but they're giving him more and more responsibility for looking at their energy use over there. So a guy like that, I will ask him for his college transcript, and we'll go through course by course and see what credits we can apply to this program. We obviously try to, we try to use as many of their undergraduate credits as possible. And if they need a refresher in math or if they need English for some reason, we try to get them to take those courses during the summer so that they're ready to go in the fall. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. That's really helpful,
okay.
Especially for anyone who's thinking about, their situation mid-career. Thanks.
Yeah, and many of our students are in that they're in that state. They're mid-career, and they want to go back to school.
Great.
Great. You mentioned Lane Community College in California. What other, is Connecticut, it's the first of its kind here in Connecticut. Are there other programs in other states, and how does this program compare? Are we leading in that way?
Well, that's a good question. So what we've found, so Lane is, I believe, the first in the nation. As I said before, in 1980, they started their program. And they have consulted with various colleges around the country over the last 30-some-odd years to help them create their program. So, for instance, a program we used as a model as well was Salt Lake Community College in Utah. During the ARA funding and during the Obama administration, they saw a huge rise in their enrollment. Other colleges like Delaware Technical College and maybe another also started a program, but they did not have a dedicated program coordinator, and they haven't seen their numbers jump as high. There was an energy management program at Mount Wachusett Community College in Massachusetts. They too, I guess during the ARA funding, they could afford to bring on a coordinator of the program. Once that coordinator left, they saw a severe drop in the enrollment. So this is still an area where it's necessary for somebody who's dedicated to do outreach, to go and speak to working professionals, people looking for career changes or out of work, and most importantly, to dig down into the K through 12 grades and to help our students in K through 12 become more energy literate so they understand that this is really a great career option for them.
So the next question is for those on the phone, what would you recommend, or what would you ask of folks who are listening in, who are interested in spreading the word? How best can we do that? It's it sounds like an absolutely fabulous program and really positions young people in the trades or in the technical field at a low cost and a good paying salary. What besides that should we be talking about when promoting this program?
I think that the greatest advantage is to, well, one of the great advantages is to incumbent workers, people who are working for utility companies or energy vendors that have contracts or are recognized by the utility conservation program as being providers to businesses. I believe there's great opportunity for those folks to take specific courses at our college so that they can pass the CEM exam and move up in their careers. In addition, I believe that for corporations who see the value in saving money and adding to their bottom line, this is a great training opportunity for their employees to become more energy literate and bring that knowledge back to the corporation. And then, of course, high school students, some of them actually see this. They get what this is all about because they're learning some sustainability, they're learning about the environment in their courses, and this is an extension of some of what they're already learning.
Oh, great. You mentioned high school students. So what kind of interest have you had from the technical high schools in having students progress from the technical high school to this community college program?
We've had some really great success with the tech high schools, especially in and around Farmington. We've been working with E.C. Goodwin and with Bristol Tech mostly, and we've had a number of classes of 20 or more students come through and do an energy workshop here for a morning. We have a actual house that the college owns, and we're able to do blower door testing and teach students basically how do you measure energy waste in residential buildings, which is a great first step for them understanding some basic building science. Last semester, in the spring semester, we actually took in 3 high school students under a unique program that the college has with local high schools called the High School Partnership Program. And these students were able to take our building efficiency auditing class at no charge. The college actually had earmarked funds to pay for tuition, so and our grant paid for their books. And so we had 3 high school students who had a B+ average and good SAT scores come into our program, and one of them has already decided he wants to go for the full degree. So we're making some strides, but this was our, this is only our 2nd semester, so I hope that there'll be more of these tech students that take advantage of the program.
Great. So that's all the questions I have for today. I want to thank you again for participating and let folks know that this recording will be posted on the Exploring Climate Solutions website. So please, I do encourage you to pass it around to others who might be interested in the program. We'll also post the slide deck, which had several links for more information. And stay tuned for our next webinar in the series, which will likely be towards the end of June. So thanks again, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you again, Carrie. Appreciate it, and look forward to hearing from people.
Excellent.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.